Hey guys, welcome back. It's Crystal from Crystal's Craft Corner, and today I'm going to do a little canvas project for you guys that I'm going to be hanging here in our little craft area. It is my Marilyn Monroe. I think I missed the spot weeding. No, I did not. Okay. It is my Marilyn Monroe. I got these files from a Cricut page that I am a part of on Facebook. Oh, goodness guys, Facebook. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to be sealing this with Mod Podge, and I am not painting the background of my canvas, okay? So, the first thing I'm going to do, I got these rolls of adhesive rhinestones at Michael's, and I believe they were $1.50. I've already put one row on this side just to see how well they would stick, which is pretty well. And I'm going to put some more here on the bottom. And that's as far as I'm going to go. I don't want to do the sides because I don't want to overdo it. Okay. So I'm just going to peel the back off. And start laying my rhinestones. I hope you guys can see this okay. Let's see. Okay, and see how easy that is? I just stuck them completely all down, so I'm done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my images and figure out where I want to put them on my canvas. I was going to Mod Podge over my vinyl with Mod Podge and glitter, but since I put the rhinestones, I didn't want, there's no way for me to Mod Podge around them. I don't think it'd look very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I work with my vinyl. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut that paper for this one, so let's just see. I'm going to cut them regardless, it looks like. Alright. This is the contact paper from the Dollar Tree. I've used it a couple of times. I'm really used to my Cricut transfer paper, and as you can see, I can't even begin to peel this one up. Where's my weeding tool? And I'm just going to go here and lift it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Pull it slowly. I'm just going to take it, place it over my image, and then just smooth it out. Okay, so I'm going to take my scraper. You don't have to have a scraper. You can use a credit card. You can use whatever you want. And I'm just going to varnish it to make sure that the image sticks to the paper, the transfer paper. Okay, and then I'm just going to peel away. And you can see my image is now on my transfer paper. I'm going to do this upside down, so I apologize in advance, but I can't see what I'm doing if I do it the other way. Okay, so I got my image out where I want it, and I'm just going to work from the side and smooth it down onto my canvas. There's no air bubbles. I'm going to take my scraper and I'm going to varnish it once again to make sure that the vinyl can adhere to the canvas. Now again, this is the first time I've used the contact paper, so I guess we're fixing to see how well it works. And if it starts peeling up, like right here, you can see it's coming up, just push it back down. You don't want it to move around too much because you don't want any air bubbles in your vinyl. probably easier to put Mod Podge on the canvas first, or possibly even the acrylic paint, because it does give the vinyl something to grip onto. Which it's not really that bad, it's not that hard. Okay, I'm just going to make sure it's all down. And it looks to be good. I guess I had missed a little spot in her eye right there. So that's my first layer. I'm going to turn it around for you. And it's a silhouette of her face. Now we'll move on to the longer part. So I'm reusing the same sheet of paper. I am just going to place it on top and smooth it out. I'm going to take my scraper and I'm going to varnish it once again, just to make sure it's going to stick to the transfer tape. And you can tell when it is stuck because it gets darker, the vinyl will get darker. And for my sake, so I don't lose my mind, I'm going to cut this down just a little bit so I don't have so much sticky to be dealing with. Okay, do it one more time, and I'm just going to peel it off. And once again, my image is on my transfer tape. And I think this one's probably going to be a little more difficult to stick down. So let's see. Smooth it out, going towards the side. I'm going to varnish it to make sure it can stick down. I'm going to go over it a little bit harder than I did the first time. You don't want to go too hard because you don't want to break through your transfer paper and mess up your vinyl, because you can do that. I've done it. I just want to give it time to adhere properly. So I'm just going to peel it up nice and slow. And once again, it's going to be a pain. So I'm just going to go back and forth with my scraper as I'm pulling the paper up, so that way I can make sure all of my letters stick down and don't pull up, because you don't want any air bubbles. I did make some canvases that I painted, and I will show you guys once I'm done with this what they look like and kind of explain to you how I've done them. Awesome. I'm done. And that is my little simple canvas that I am putting up on my wall in my craft corner. So let me show you really fast the other canvases that I made. This was the very first one that I done, and I used vinyl also. I painted the back of it with acrylic paint before I did anything. I let it dry for about 20 minutes. I came back, I cut my images, I transferred them on the same way I transferred the Marilyn Monroe. This is cut out of regular Cricut vinyl, the honey color, and then the starfish are actually the Cricut printable vinyl. I did the print and cut feature on these. So I laid all my images down, and you can see it's nice and shiny. I just took my Mod Podge and I just brushed completely over the canvas and let it dry. I only did one coat, some people say do two, but I think it turned out just fine. My next one is actually paper, I'm not sure if you guys can get it all in there, so I'll kind of bend it upwards. But I did the same thing. I painted it with my acrylic paints. I let it dry for about 20 minutes. I actually came back and I Mod Podged over the paint first, and then I put Mod Podge on the back of the border here, the white piece, which was supposed to be a sandy color, but I didn't have any 12 by 12 paper for the sandy color. But I Mod Podged the back of it and stuck it down to the canvas, and then I just went and used my two-way glue for the rest of the pieces and just layered it down and went all back over it 2 times with Mod Podge. So I think it turned out okay. I think it would have looked a little better if I would have had the brown paper, the sandy paper, but I didn't think either. I also have my Tim Holtz paper, my Tim Holtz ink, and I could have inked it and made it look sandy, but I didn't think about it. So, but yeah, those are my canvases that I've done with paint. It's really not hard. It's really simple, and it's easy to do, and it's really fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial, and hopefully I can see you guys posting some of your awesome work that you have on YouTube. See you guys soon.